Hello everybody and welcome back to Vintage Story. Today it is time to work on the garden. I have done a little bit of terraforming down there just to make the middle part nice and flat. But first I want to have a look at my pumpkins. I can see back there that something seems to have grown, so let's check that out. Look at that, we got some nice vines. And wow, we've got 3 mature pumpkins already. That's so cool. So does that mean I can harvest those now? Can I just pick them up? Or do I need to break them? Yeah, and then there's more growing pumpkin, growing pumpkin. Nice. That went a lot faster than I feared. So that's great. I think we can probably harvest a few more pumpkins before winter comes. So my thoughts for the garden is this. So I chose this place because of the terrain. So I don't want to change too much about the terrain. I kind of want to go with the elevation as it is, but I want to do some terracing. So I think this part here could become part of the garden, maybe this as well. Maybe something over here. I think I need to try some things out, and I'm going to need more stone to make something that looks like retaining walls at least. Yeah, and then I need to figure out how to get from terrace to terrace, if I'm going to do stairs or ladders, let's see. But I think it's also time that I maybe do a little bit of the texturing here, just so that I have this part done as well and don't need to touch it anymore afterwards. So by the way, some update on the leather making. I soaked some of my small hides, scraped them and put them into the weak tannin solution. And yeah, that's still going a little more. And now I soaked some large hides as well. Now I can scrape them. And also put them... Wait, not in here. Also put them into the weak tannin solution, so I have 2 barrels with that now. And I already measured out how much I would need of it, and I've got a little more here in the bucket. But for the 4 large hides, I'm going to need 24 liters, if I calculated correctly. Yes, and now we can seal it. And in here I already have the strong tannin solution that I'm going to need next. So since this is going to be done soon, I think we can start measuring out some of the strong tannin into this barrel, which is now empty, so that I can transfer this from here to here. So another small leather update. I just fired those pit kilns, and the 2 barrels here caught fire. I was able to save one of them, but not the contents apparently. So yeah, the barrel that I just put the strong tannin in is gone, and also the one that contained the small hides and the weak tannin. So that's disappointing. We still have the one with the large hides, so yeah. Well, that's unfortunate, but I could have anticipated that, because I knew that the fire can spread to other things, but I didn't pay attention. Oh well. Okay, this is what the garden looks like right now, and I actually think it's not too bad. So we have 1 little terrace here, 1 here. This one is not quite done, but actually I'm thinking about just pulling this one over to the other mountain as well, so that it surrounds both of them. But that's maybe something a bit for the future. I do want to start planting up both of these though. Those should be the first priority, I think. Okay, so we now have a door from the kitchen that leads into part of the garden. I've made a gate here, and I want to add a ladder so that we can get to the other parts as well. And yeah, I've added the terra preta here. And I have hidden some water sources in the wall. We can probably, we can see it right now a little bit. And I need to see what kind of seeds I even have. I think I don't have a lot of seeds yet, so... But I want to plant at least what I have. So I have 9 spelt seeds, and maybe I will plant that, because that's going to give us food that we can give to the chickens, and that's important. So maybe you have noticed that I always want things to look really pretty, and I have a tendency to put off things if I feel like I'm not ready to do them the proper way yet. And I feel like sometimes this really keeps me from progressing in a game. So I'm trying to Well, I don't think it's always a mistake to do it that way, but sometimes it can be. And so what I'm doing right now is to create a rudimentary farm so that I can grow some more crops before winter arrives, because it's already August and we don't have a lot of time left. So I'm just making a farm that I will destroy at some later point, where we can grow some things now, because I feel like if I keep building it like that, it's going to look really great, but it's not going to give us enough food for the winter. Okay, farm's done. Of course, we still have the problem that we don't have a lot of seeds, but Gran told me that I can go over to her place and get some from her, so that's what I'm going to do soon. Okay, the height that was in the weak tenon is done, so now I can put it in the strong tenon. How much do I need? 24 liters. Yeah, that's perfect, I think. Alright, 4.5 days. I'm still really sad that we lost the other ones. But yeah, we'll just have to hunt for more creatures and try again. And now it's time to head over to Gran. Gran's place looks so pretty there in the middle of the lake. Okay, here are Gran's seeds. Let's see, what does she have a lot of? Spelt seeds. I think we can take some of them. Flax seeds, we can take some. I would love some soybean seeds too, so I may take a few of those too. Okay, let's plant what we have. I think the soybeans I actually want to plant up there. Up here, because that's where I have the better soil. But I'm gonna need to put a fence around here. And now the other things I can plant in my new farm. Okay, now what's also great about this is that this can attract rabbits who will get trapped down here, and then we can kill them for some meat. But talking of meat, I would really love to get some pigs too. I have no idea where that pig went that was around all the time while I was building and when I was catching the chickens, and now it's gone, which is disappointing. So I'm gonna try and find that one again. And the nice thing about pigs is that we can feed them with grass, which is a bit tedious to collect, but a lot faster than waiting for crops to grow. Hey, piggy piggy. You around somewhere still? So I've just made the chicken pen a little bit bigger, and now I wanted to place some hen boxes so that as soon as our grain is done, we can feed the chickens and maybe they will lay some eggs and even get some little chicks. Which would be super adorable, to be honest. Our turnips aren't doing too well, unfortunately, so I didn't check what temperature they need, and apparently they needed to be rather colder than it is in August, so yeah, that was a fail, but I think at least we'll get the seeds back. Yes, so okay, it's not a total loss. And we caught 2 naughty little rabbits down there. I will keep them there for now to harvest whenever I need some meat, because yeah, meat doesn't keep forever, but rabbits do. My first leather is done. Okay, so I got 12 pieces of leather. How much did I put in? I think it was 4 large. Great, and yeah, I have removed the pit kilns. I need to find a better place to do that, but for now I think I have fired everything that I need to. So now I have a lot of barrels, and I'm just gonna make like a conveyor belt of leather products. Our spelt is grown. Well, almost, except for those 2. For some reason, I think it's due to the moisture. They have less moisture. So maybe the way I am watering this with like the little water sources inside the wall is not ideal. So I'll let these 2 finish growing, but how much do we have now? 42. So I think we can give some to our chickens, and maybe they'll make some babies for us. There's already an egg in the hen box. I was just gone for like 2 minutes to make another small trough, just because, yeah, I wanted to give them a little bit more food. I could only put 8 grains in there, and one of them already laid an egg. Good job, little ones. 1 fertile egg. Very good. I'm wondering if I should remove the other 2 hen boxes until the first one is full, because I don't know if they're going to distribute their eggs among all the other hen boxes. Let's try that. Okay, so it says a broody hen is needed. I have no idea what makes a hen broody besides eating. Yeah, the food is gone. I'm gonna place the egg boxes back just to see if they will lay in them, because it says for at least 2 of the hens, it says ready to lay. So let's see what they do, and I'll be back in a second with some more food for them. And I'm actually waiting for the flax to be done, but it may take a little bit more time. So yeah, I will feed them with the spelt for now. I think there's a chicken sitting on the hen box. I'm afraid of getting too close because I don't want to scare it. But that's a very good sign. So it is now the next day in real life, and I know that some time has passed on the server because Maddie said she was on. And I can hear some peeping noises from outside, which makes me very excited. Look, there's some babies. There's some babies in the chicken coop. Okay, I want to get a closer look at them, even though I don't really want to scare them, but yeah, I really need to have a peek. We have a little white and gray one, a little brown one. And where's the last one? Is it behind here? A little reddish brown one. That's so cool. And there's... So I'm wondering if it's a good idea to let these grow into chicks, or if I'm going to have too many chickens then. But I guess having more meat can't hurt. And here we can see, this is now generation 1. And by generation 10, they will be fully tame and will no longer try to run away from me. So yeah, that's going to take a while. My crops have also grown, which is great. But Maddie also said that she left something in my house for me. And I love getting gifts, so let's have a look. So this must be it, because I didn't put that chest there. Oh, some more seeds. That's really great. Some charcoal. Oh, that's so nice, Maddie. Getting charcoal is such a pain. So I'm really grateful for that. And some more storage vessels, also very useful. So great, I can harvest all my crops and I can start planting something again. Now is probably a good time to plant some turnips, because I don't think it will be getting that hot anymore. We have September now, actually. So yeah, fall is rapidly approaching. So far I am quite happy with how my build is looking. I really like the effect of the stone bricks next to the cobblestone. I think that looks really cool and makes it look more lively. I am not entirely sure about those dark cobblestone bits, because they are really a lot darker than the rest. It would be great to have some kind of gradient. I will have to see if there is stone materials that I can get to make that happen. And I need to do something about that big empty part here. So actually the house on top is currently my least favorite part about all of this. So I think I will try and tweak that a little bit. So we have those 3 terraces now, or 4 actually. I mean, on top we just have the balcony kind of, and then we have this one, and they both have tilled soil on it to grow crops. And I haven't yet said what I plan to do with this one. So as I said earlier, I think that one might eventually extend to the other hill as well. Or I could just make a similar one on a slightly different level to get more of that like different level style. But what I would like to use that for is berries and fruit trees. So I have some berry bushes that are stuck in a chest right now, and I'm going to plant those. And I also have a few fruit tree cuttings, and I want to try and plant 1 or 2 of those. So we still know from the last time we did this that those tree cuttings have a certain chance of taking, or they might die. But since I don't have like a ton of space here, I don't want to plant too many of them. So I have chosen a pink apple tree cutting and a peach tree cutting. And yeah, if they die, we will just have to replace them with a new one. But I don't want to plant like several next to each other. And I actually think like here is the widest part of this whole terrace. Over here it gets more narrow, and also we have this ladder and the door here. So I think I should plant both of them on this end. So I think here could be a good place. So let's maybe put the peach tree cutting here, and then the pink apple tree cutting. Let's just put that one here. So I move this over one more, and we'll just have to see if this gets in the way of the ladder. Eventually, we will have to cut some branches off. But I wanted them to be just a little bit further apart. And yeah, if we can't walk underneath them, then we will also have to take some branches off. So now let's see how many of the berry bushes I can plant here. I think this wall is a very good location to add a few. And they're starting to have these nice fall colors. All right, I think that is probably all that we have space for already. I don't want to plant them too dense. I mean, in theory, we could just put it here and we can walk through that, but I think it wouldn't look as nice. But we have a little bit more space here, so we can put some next to the ladder. And then maybe something here as well. Does that look good? Maybe only one. Otherwise it looks too symmetric and I don't like that. So yeah, more of an asymmetric look is great. So now we have this empty ground that is left here, and I have a few flowers that I have collected that I think do really well as ground cover because they are not as big. So we have these lily of the valley flowers. Those are really cute, and we have the forget-me-nots. So I want to distribute a few of them here, and I think that's going to spruce up the entire area a little bit more even. I also have this one. This doesn't get too tall, and I think, yeah, why not put it here next to the bush, because that's not really a space where we have to walk through. Yeah, I think this looks super cute. I totally love this. Now I just hope that those trees grow, and this is going to look really, really nice. But now I'm thinking, now that we have all these flowers here, we could probably get away with adding a few beehives here. I'm sure Orr won't mind if I steal a beehive from him, and I think we can just add them here to the wall, and that's going to be fine. Maybe it won't be as efficient as some of the proper bee farms, but it's going to look a lot prettier. And you know how I am. So this is Orr's bee farm. It's a very efficient design, and I'm just thinking, now that I see this, if I if I put some bees there, I'm also going to have to put one of those guys there, just as a decoy for the angry bee swarms. But I think that's something for another time to worry about. So I'm just gonna take one of those, and it's now in one of my backpack slots. And I brought a new empty scab that I'm going to place here instead. So yeah, sorry and thanks, Orr. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Oh look, that looks very cute from up here too. And from here you can actually see another thing that's bothering me about the house right now. I think I should make this layer plaster too, because yeah, it doesn't really add anything. It just makes this look kinda lopsided. And if I make this layer out of plaster, we will have a better separation between the top part of the house and like the bottom part of the house and the foundation. Okay, and we have some bees. So now I'm gonna place the other two scabs as well, so that those can be populated. And I'm realizing once those trees get bigger, we may need to find a different place for the bees, because then we can't get to them properly anymore. But for now, I think this isn't the worst location for them. And I've been wanting to get bees for a while, because the wax is a really important resource for food preservation. So that's another thing ticked off the bucket list. Well, everyone, that is it for this episode. I'm so happy with all the things we got done around the house, even though we didn't manage to get some pigs, so that's going to have to wait until a later time. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye bye!